Made the final table, we made the money. Um, I don't think ninth place pays much. Let's just have a look. Basically, I don't really care about anything up until top three, I guess is going to be my goal. With a $10 buy-in, making $5 or $6 isn't really very exciting. We're really going to try and shoot for big. Unfortunately, we are pretty short stacked. We're going to probably have to win a couple of races, get a little bit lucky in order to win this thing, but we're going to give it a go. I'm going to shove this hand if it's folded to me. Um, there's a push in front of me, so obviously I'm going to fold now. But a Queen 9 suited is a great example of a hand that you want to be shoving from late position as a short stack because it has less likely chance to not have two live cards. Jack Queen, gonna shove it if it's folded to us. One limper doesn't really matter. He might be priced in to call us, but I especially like this spot because the big blind is short, so they're kind of less likely to call the push. We'll see if we get called here. He's getting a decent price. Unfortunately, we have a dominated. Surprised he limped that in. So it looks like, oh, wait a minute, we hit a queen. We're back in the game. So we got really lucky there. Um, and that was kind of a bit of a cooler for that guy. I don't like limping an ace jack there, personally. But he has shown a propensity to limp a lot. So we probably want to put a little note on that guy. Limps in a lot of hands. A jack off as an example. Alright, so here we have an all-in queens against ace 6. Ooh, dirty ace on the river, so we're down to 8. Here we're in a situation, everyone folded to this small. Um, he has a propensity to limp like we already saw. Um, so we will not raise pre-flop. But when he checks to us, we're going to kind of try and take this pot down here with a $4,000 bet into a $6,000 pot. Chances are, if he got any piece of that flop, he would lead out. So, alright, we should get some action here. We'll have a early position 3x and then a push. And we have a race, jacks against ace queen. So we'll see. Queen on the flop, and we are down to 7. Alright, we got more action the very next hand. We have a open shove 15k and a reshove to 24k. So we'll see. We got pocket 9s against ace 10, another race. Ace on the flop. And the ace is going to hold up. So now Trey MC squared is pretty short. Alright, we have a premium hand here. We know this guy's got a shoving potential. Here we have a little over 10 times, so I'm not gonna push here. I'm just gonna make it 8k. Basically force this player to go all in if they want to call. And surprisingly, the big blind snap called. Here we're gonna just shove. We have 2 overcards and a gutty, and obviously they snap folded. So that was a really weird play by the big blind. Maybe it was a misclick or something. Alright, so the short stack has pushed and then been called, and now he's in rough shape. Now he's drawing dead. So we've lost another player and we're down to 6. See what happens here. We got min raised by a pretty deep stack. Hand's definitely playable. I think we're just going to take a flop with it. It's hard to represent an ace when there's 2 aces on the flop. I think we're just going to check behind. And again, check behind to try and hit something on the river. He potted the river. So we'll just fold there. Alright, the short stack's gone all in, and then the big blind called also. Um, so we'll see if one of these players can knock out the short stack. This player's shoved, shows a king, and takes it down. So we are now close to the short stack, but we're down to 5 opponents. Um, we still have enough chips not to be shoving here. I'm going to make it 72-22. And obviously we'd be more than happy to get repushed and get it all in here. Alright, we got repushed. So let's get in a race. Oh, or we could just have ace king gets ace king. And let's chop it up. Very exciting. Here again, battle of the blinds. We got fortunate and flopped to straight. Um, I don't like just calling here because we do have a very ignorant straight, and if he's betting like something marginal, I'd rather just shove there. Um, yeah, that last hand, because if we had 5-8 instead of 3-5, I'd definitely smooth call the flop and hope that he fires another bullet on the turn. But there's a lot of cards on the turn that can really hurt us, like an 8 or a 9 or a 3. I'm gonna fold this king 8 here. Alright, we got ace king on the puck, and this player open raised quite big, so we're just gonna get it all in here. Possibly get in a race, or maybe have the best hand. And we have him beat pretty good. Unfortunately, he flopped the queen, so we're drawn to just the king or the ace, and we hit an ace in the river, which is kind of nice. So now we are second in chips. And I'm going to play the rush with jack queen off. We're down to 5-handed, so hand starting values go up quite a bit. The very next hand we get queen king off. Again, even though we're under the gun, we're still going to raise it up. Called by the small blind. Flop to king. I'm gonna bet about half his stack. 16,000. Obviously calling a shove here. Our hand's just too strong. Heads up to fold. It's a weird play by him just to call. I mean, he's pot stuck. I don't think he's folding any cards, but unless he's trapping with a set or something. Oh, okay, he had a flush draw. So he bricks out, and there's 4 players left, and we are currently chip leader. Excellent. I'll probably just record the remainder of this tournament, just because the action's going to start getting a little faster. Here, he's going to be doing that with a very wide range. And again, it's a fairly small portion of our stack. I think we're just going to call here. Unfortunately, it has a bigger ace than us, so we're going to have to get kind of lucky here. 5 or a 4. No. So it's a bit of a marginal call. But again, it didn't do too much damage to my stack. I'm still in pretty good shape, and just a chance to knock out a short stack is fun. And here we have the 2 short stacks going in, and with the 1 short stack knocked out the other, so we're down to 3. So our goal of getting top 3 has been accomplished. So we're getting at least $100. So the way the prize pool works, it's 100 for third, 140 for second, and 230. So it's a pretty jump from second to first. So 3 hands, it's a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of raising. The blinds are still